You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:01. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Go pay him a visit. Tell him we said hello. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here from the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall. Hope you guys are having a great start to your Tuesday. The text line, if you want to get in on the conversation, 1-833-401-1440. Of course, you can always email us, Connor at sports1440.ca and Brandon at sports1440.ca. Lots to get to on the show today. The Edmonton Oilers, of course, big win last night in the Windy City, taking down the Blackhawks 4-1. A couple late goals made that look a little bit, a little bit more of a win that you'd like to see than it was. It was close. Connor Ingram, fantastic, I thought, for the Edmonton Oilers. Kept them in it. And now they turn their attention to the Nashville Predators, who they'll take on tonight just after 6 o'clock. Pre-game coverage here on Sports 1440 with Walker and company at 5 o'clock. I'll take your thoughts on the game last night. Of course, some news from the Edmonton Oilers today. A couple roster adjustments we will get into. The Duke's Houston Texans, big win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. They now advance on. They'll take on the New England Patriots. We can talk some NFL as well. The head coach carousel. We're going to find out probably in the next couple of weeks here where everyone's going to end up. You want to get that new bench boss in the organization, in the building as soon as possible as they turn their attention to free agency and, re-signing players, the draft. It's going to be a busy time in the NFL as well. We bring in Brandon Douglas, co-host here on Fantasy Frenzy and noted Houston Texans fan. Duke, congratulations to your Texans. Big win last night.
Connor, thank you. Thank you very much.
You played a role.
I certainly like to think so. My confidence, I'm sure, went appreciated by the players and the coaching staff. I was never in doubt going into the game, even during the game when the Texans couldn't really seem to score, and CJ Stroud kept turning the ball over, a little willy-nilly for my liking. It was close. The score was close, but to my eyes watching the game, it wasn't. And that's kind of what the Steelers have done in recent memory. They just hang around. Limit the opponent and then try and be advantageous when they get chances. But like the Texans defense just completely swallowed them up for the most part, right? Like there was only like a couple big plays that the Steelers were able to get off of like 10 plus yards. So the game went very largely as I expected it to. And the final result probably should have even been more lopsided than it was, if not for Stroud's mistakes that he made, but hopefully get some of those cleaned up for divisional round in Foxborough.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the turnovers, got to watch out for.
Everything you and I said on the show yesterday that he doesn't really do or hadn't really been doing this year and couldn't do in this game, he did.
Yeah.
The fumbles, the interception was terrible, but didn't matter. Win's a win.
No, doesn't matter.
Third straight year under the DeMeco Ryans, CJ Stroud regime. All 3 years of that era of Texans football. Playoff win.
Doesn't matter when the defense holds the opposition to 6 points, 2 field goals. That's not bad for the Houston Texans defense. Obviously, the task will get tougher as they move along in the playoffs, as they've seen in the last few years here, Duke. The first round, not always the toughest challenge. It gets tougher, and it will. The New England Patriots are definitely a good foe, but I still like the Houston Texans, I think, going into Foxborough against that team with what that defense can do. You mentioned it, though, that they get after the quarterback. They get hits. Will Anderson, credited for half a sack, but he also had 3 hits on Aaron Rodgers. Rankins had a couple, as did Danielle Hunter, who we know is a very good player. Even Danico Autry got a couple shots in there. So a lot of guys were getting hits on Aaron Rodgers, making it uncomfortable in the pocket. Not much going on there. I guess if you were doing daily fantasy, hey, great night for Christian Kirk, Woody Marks, and Nick Chubb. They had pretty decent games as well. And if you had those guys, I mean, not too many to choose from in this one, but you probably had a pretty good effort.
If you were doing daily fantasy and you picked any Steelers offensive players, What were you thinking?
You were hoping.
And it looked
You
so
have to play that
promising
way.
for DK Metcalf on the first 2 catches of the game were by him.
Yeah.
And then his third should have been a huge play. It would have secured a big first down for the team, set them up in offensive territory, but bad drop. And then didn't see a target again until like the fourth quarter.
Which is weird.
Interesting. And I'll be honest, as a, I should say, DK Metcalf fantasy football owner, it was eerily similar of a lot of Steelers football this year, because we know that they were all very focused on getting the ball out quickly a lot, which isn't really Metcalf's game. He's more of a, create separation downfield type guy, get the ball in space and make stuff happen. Just not utilized properly, I don't think would be the way to put it for his skill set and how the Steelers offense is designed.
Kind of seems like a guy you should just get the ball into his hands, not necessarily having to be downfield all the time.
Like he's such a beast.
Let him run some drags, let him run some quick slants. Just get the ball into his hands.
Like they used the running back Gainwell on so many screen and short passes. If that's what your offense is going to be, scheme to get DK Metcalf the ball in those spots. Because all respect to Kenneth Gainwell, I'd rather have the ball in Metcalf's hands if you're looking to make people miss or through tacklers as you move towards a first down marker and beyond.
RBS, noted Steelers fan, says, it is too bad, though. Your mascot ripped a terrible towel. Curse is real. Going to be ugly in New England next week. I'd have to go back. I mean, maybe there is that track record, but maybe not all the time. Maybe it's not 100%. I mean, unless something happens to those edge rushers pregame, food poisoning maybe. I don't know how they're going to slow them down. That's going to be a good test for that Patriots offensive line. The news we talked a little bit about for the Edmonton Oilers, in case you missed it. I'm sure you guys touched on it, Duke. I heard it in your update there. They've activated goaltender Tristan Jarry and defenseman Jake Wallman from long-term IR. The team also placing Adam Henrique on the LTIR and moving goaltender Connor Ingram from emergency recall status to regular recall. So that's really good for the Edmonton Oilers. There's kind of been some debate on the back end who might come out when Wallman returns, but he's back. He's ready to go. So as is Tristan Jarry. We saw him skating 3 days ago. Looked like he was getting close. So that's very good news for the Edmonton Oilers as they start to get healthy here. They'll take on the Nashville Predators. Hopefully we'll get some lines out of practice, Duke. I don't know if you've seen anything. I don't even know if there's going to be a skate today, to be honest with you.
I would have to think it would just probably be the extras skating this morning, right? On a back-to-back.
I've heard Darnell Nurse likes to skate. I don't know maybe if he'll be out there for an optional or what it might be. But maybe we'll just find out pregame to see what everything's going to look like here. If you were making your best guess, Duke, where do you put Wallman in the lineup when he returns? Likely tonight.
Despite what some of the earlier season results showed us, I think you have to put him back on that second pairing alongside Darnell Nurse, right? Like these are guys that are being paid to be your top 4 defensemen, and in different stints as the fill-in fourth guy, Alec Regula, Ty Amberson, the most recent last couple of games, and even Spencer Stastny, none were resounding successes, right? So you have to hope that Wallman can go back in there and give a little stability to that second pairing, try and get the best out of his partner being Darnell Nurse, where, I don't have to tell many Oilers fans that the general sentiment is that that pairing is where players' play goes to taper off and crater a little bit. So you sign Wallman to the extension, you expect him to be a part of this team moving forward and a big role in it. He needs to get it figured out on that second pairing, playing his offside and trying to make it a positive for the team and not a detriment, which it has been for long stretches this year.
Playing the offside, playing probably heavy minutes. I guess he's good to go. He's good to go. You're not worried about easing him back into it. Does that make your third pairing Stastny and Emberson?
It does right now. Yeah. Alec Regula, he obviously a couple more turnovers last night, but overall defensively, I thought the Oilers were solid. I mean, they controlled 50 minutes of the game for sure. Blackhawks had a decent push in the second half, but second half of the third period especially, and scored the goal to make it a close contest before the final couple for Edmonton. So, but overall, I just think Regula's game recently has been the poorest of those three guys. If you want to call them your 5, 6, and 7 D-men, I think it would be Regula's turn to take a seat in the press box and watch for a game or two or whatever it takes.
We saw Ike Howard get taken out of the lineup. It is the dad's trip, so where Gregor mentioned it, things still get back into the lineup tonight. Is it as easy as just bringing out Mangiapane, who threw 4 hits or credited with 4 hits? I thought he and Frederick were more noticeable, although limited time. Curtis Lazar only played 7 minutes last night. Does he draw out? What do you think?
If I had it, it's funny. I had it as an in or out thing with Kevin this morning that if we assume Howard will pull back in because of the dad's trip factor and the back-to-back factor, take your pick. I do think that Curtis Lazar would be the guy to come out. And I'm not sure if it's at fault of his own, but more so a chance to for Mangiapane to put a couple games together, right? Like you sat for a few, you get back in. It does seem like he was trying to make himself more noticeable or have an impact on the game. Overall results, still nothing to write home about, but you talk about maybe an increase in the physical play a little bit. It almost seems too easy just to pull him back out. I think Lazar's minutes last night, and only played 16 seconds on the penalty kill too, which is a big buoy to why he stays in the lineup. Reliable faceoff guy for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Lazar that's sitting in the box tonight.
Lazar, efficient, 7 minutes, led the forwards in shots with 4. Also went 4 and 1 in the faceoff circle. So
he had that really good chance
7 minutes.
right at the net front. Spencer Knight made a couple good saves on him. I almost think it wouldn't be like Lazar didn't play himself out of the lineup if that's the route they decide to go, but it's more of almost a roster management move to keep one of Mangiapane or Frederick in still. Give them a few games consecutive to try and build a little momentum.
Yeah, and I think that would be fair. Understandable. Text lines 1-833-401-1440. The Oilers now turn their attention to the Nashville Predators, a team they've had a lot of success against. Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid especially. Do you think the Edmonton Oilers need to petition the NHL to let them wear those alternate jerseys all the time?
The Creamers,
they're undefeated. The numbers
5
are good.
5-0 now, I believe, in the alternates. I'll tell you what I really liked about them, Connor, was Connor Ingram's pad setup.
Yeah,
the off-white look up front, and then the orange accenting, and the whole back side of them was orange too, which I thought was a nice little flair for the old school look. I liked them. I like the alternate jerseys. I think they're nice. I believe they're going to remain in rotation for at least another season. But the thing is about, you talk about like the streaks and petition to wear them all the time. Does that take away from the magic a little bit? You know that well with your Chargers, that certain uniforms that if you wear them too much, other ones get neglected and you kind of lose that. It loses the feeling of being a special event to wear them. That's how I feel about the Blue Jays wearing the powder blues too much now.
Oh, I hate
I liked it when it was a couple times a year thing. Now they wear them like every second home game.
I will say, same with like the old Oilers orange jerseys. I liked them on a Friday night, but I didn't need them all the time. But this is just talking results. The numbers don't lie. They don't lose in these uniforms.
But now if they lose one game, is it never wear these again?
Nah, it's back to normal. You're rolling with the hot uniform. What are we watching right now?
Women's U18 World Championships currently between the United States and Finland.
I've looked up 3 times in the last minute, and U.S. is celebrating
the
every
States
time.
Are starting to run away with this one a little bit, but don't worry, they got a long way to go. Yesterday, Connor, I'm not sure if you caught it, Canada beat Hungary 14-rip.
Well, this one's on pace to be 18-0. 6-0 with time remaining in the first.
Wow.
Hey, who do you think is going to win gold at the Olympics for women's ice hockey? Canada or U.S.?
Or
the field?
I'll stick with Canada. They've had a bit of a rough go against the Americans this past calendar year in some of their rivalry series games, but I think that they can batten it down come the biggest stage.
Who's winning bronze, do you think?
The field? Finland?
Sweden?
I mean, in theory, I guess, depending how things shake out with a little bit of a surprise somewhere along the way, there's a chance Canada could play United States in a semifinal game, right? There's a chance of that happening. As a result, probably one of those two teams would win the bronze, you'd think.
I'm just looking through here. Women's World Championship, Canada, U.S., top of Group A. Well, maybe Sweden might have a chance at bronze. Sweden, Finland.
Yeah, those are usually the other contenders.
Similar to the men. This one's out of hand, though. 6-0 U.S. leading Finland. The U18s. Ooh, that's got to be tough. Tiger texting in says, Trent is a long-term asset. He has to be given opportunities and be pushed. He's been given opportunities, though. He started out on the top line. What opportunity hasn't he been given? He's got a long time to bounce back. But I don't think the Oilers are asking that much of him either. You don't need to go score goals. That's a bonus. But I don't think they're saying okay, you got to go out there and you got to skate with McDavid and you got to put up
and keep up and score.
We need 25. I don't think that's the ask for him. I think it's a little more simplified. Be a physical presence, gain momentum. Don't be a liability. He's got lots of time, though. MTR texting and said, I thought Jalen Petrie was all over the field. What a player. Talking about the Texans. He's also got the big helmet, so he really stands out. I think if Collins can't go for the Texans, it'll be tough to score next week. Run game has to be strong. It'll be a test, absolutely. How have you felt about the Houston Texans offensive line this year, Duke?
It's still not very good, but it's gotten a lot better since the start of the year. And I think they have found the combination that is best.
Mm-hmm.
The rookie Ursary over on the left side, his improvement as the season has gone along, as you'd expect from a rookie player in the NFL. And that's been the most drastic improvement because they completely overhauled it from last year, right? And it was the biggest detriment to the team. I would still say that it might be still in that category. But until you play a team like the Broncos, the Seahawks, one of these really, really elite defensive front groups. And the Patriots certainly looked it last week against the Chargers. But watching that game, I kind of thought the Chargers made them look elite because their O-line is so bad.
Did you see the PFF numbers on Bradley Bozeman?
Oh, yeah.
41 of 41.
That's tough to do.
You know how many teams are in the NFL?
32.
Yeah, he's worse than a third of the league's backups.
Although after last night, the way the Texans center Andrews and Stroud were botching every third snap, it doesn't inspire a ton of confidence on that side of things. But yeah, I mean, hey, hopefully that was just an off night, weird miscues and whatnot. Who knows? I'm trying to be optimistic. But yeah, heading into this matchup with the Patriots, didn't someone not text in yesterday saying that was the best defense the Patriots played all year?
Yeah,
well,
I was a Patriots fan.
Now you're taking that to even another level against this Texans team and what they can do defensively. So once again, without Collins, it's the best receiver. He's an all-pro caliber receiver in the NFL. Your team's number one. Him not being there is obviously going to hurt. But as Troy Aikman pointed out on the broadcast last night, the rest of the group is solid, if unspectacular. The reliable guy in Dalton Schultz is a tight end outlet. The rookies, Higgins and Knoll. Christian Kirk career game last night. The dual backs of Chubb and Marks got the job done yesterday against a Steelers team that has been much better against the run defensively than they were against the pass all year. And they got chewed up. Career game for Woody Marks. I'm confident. Texans are dogs in this game, heading on the road to Foxborough by 3 points. I'll take that all day.
Yeah, you don't need to be studly at the wide receiver position to win football games. Just got to catch the ball.
Just ask the Bills. And listen, C.D. Stroud isn't Josh Allen, but they don't need him to be.
Ask the New England Patriots, not the Randy Moss era Patriots, but like David Givens and Deion Branch and Christian Fourier, who's the tight end. Those guys got it done behind a good defense. And yeah, just the Patriots faced I'd say a good defense in the Chargers last week, but the Chargers don't have any one in their front seven like a Will Anderson at this point.
And the Texans have two of them.
And they have two of them. So yeah, and you guys got some good guys in the interior as well. So it's going to be a fun weekend of football getting going on Saturday. And then, hey, we got the national championship on Monday as well.
Nice.
We got the U taking on Indiana. I have a question about Indiana. We'll talk about that when we get back, though. Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Your fantasy football league sucks. Why? Oh, we've got 7 painfully accurate reasons. And don't worry, we've got fixes too. Visit fantasytoilet.com for all the tools and hilarious awards to make your fantasy league suck less.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
And now Action Electrical's testing team is on defense duty. They're the guardians of safety and compliance, a critical part of any lineup.
Precisely. They perform rigorous safety and code compliance testing for commercial operations. Think of them as the referees, ensuring everything is up to standard before disaster strikes.
Their preventative plays are legendary, spotting faults early. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Hey, Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $500,000 on Mega Jackpots Ocean Bells? Think about the season tickets you could lock down with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
When it comes to sports in Edmonton, Jason Greger is a must listen. He brings you the inside scoop with guests from across North America. If it matters in sports, you'll hear it here first. Greger rolls out weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports 1440.
Welcome to Uncommon. Welcome to Subaru. Engineered for Canadian winters, built for real-life confidence. Tackle the ice and snow with Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive, delivering the power, control, stability, and grit you need. And when the temperature plummets, you'll cruise in comfort with heated seats and heated steering wheel. All this plus peace of mind with Subaru's top safety pick status for 19 years running. This winter, it's time to get you into a Subaru. Visit Subaru.ca today.
Every morning, you look in the mirror and see less of yourself. Hair loss can feel like losing a part of who you are.
But it doesn't have to be that way. Hi, I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. At Advanced Hair and Skin Surgery, we understand the pain of hair loss. Our advanced hair restoration solutions won't just bring back your hair. They'll help you face the mirror with confidence.
Good morning, you sexy beast.
Visit drvanceelliott.com today because it's time to be the man you remember.
That's okay.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:24. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick. We've also got our new intern in the studio as well. Duke, did Kev decide on a nickname?
Not yet. I'm sure that will be occupying a good portion of his brain for the next 24 hours.
24
maybe
hours.
Maybe slightly less. He might have it ready by 7 a.m. tomorrow, but I don't want to put that type of pressure on him.
Now, Mackenzie, do you have a nickname? We'll get the mic slid over to her.
Everybody just calls me Mike, or not Mike, Mac.
Well, We might just have to go with Mike.
Might just have to go with Mike now.
That might have just settled itself.
Got Mike in the studio.
Mike the intern. Well, we'll see what Kev thinks about that one, but that might be the leading one. You could have given yourself any nickname there. And you went with Mike. Text line is 1-833-401-1440. I did get a nice little text from our good friend Declan Kruger saying Greg Roman has been fired per sources. I don't know who his sources are.
Are these Declan's sources? And is the source X the Everything app? It's all happening on X?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet officially, but per reports,
Declan's in some deep stuff, though. He might be like, this might be just on a Chargers message board somewhere.
Oh, now I got a tweet from Gregor as well. That must be the one. Oh, yes. They fired their offensive line coach and Greg Roman 5 minutes ago. Duke, this is amazing.
Is this second Christmas in January for you?
Here's the thing. I'm a big Harbaugh fan. I think he's a great coach. But if he did not make this move, I would have
You'd question him.
I couldn't trust him anymore. The circle of trust, it would be gone. He'd be out of it because it was just so bad. Like, he should have been gone last year. Maybe he shouldn't have even been hired. Maybe he should have been the run game coordinator as his first title. But now there are some names out there. And
you want McDaniel.
I want Mike McDaniel. I think he'd be so good.
But guess what, Connor? He's going to get another head coaching job.
Here's a debate Declan and I were having yesterday. If you're him, do you go to a team like Detroit, perhaps Los Angeles, or would you go be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns if they offer you the job?
I believe he's interviewed in Tennessee and Atlanta so far, confirmed. Maybe I missed another one. But I feel like this is almost too simple in the sense that there's no guarantee that if you go to one of these teams that seems like a good opportunity, that it's going to work. So you go be the OC for Detroit. Maybe it doesn't work. Now, all of a sudden, you're left there saying, I'm not getting another job, period. If you get offered a head coaching job, you kind of have to take it, which I know maybe seems a little hypocritical of me because we've talked about when you're a good coordinator and you've tried being a head coach already and it didn't work. Another go around, just be a coordinator, be a good coordinator, a successful one. And you and I are both in the line of thinking guys like Vance Joseph and Spagnolia, among others, Fangio, even Brian Flores, maybe. We say just ride the wave you have and enjoy it. Get well compensated. This seems hypocritical of me to say now flip it on a guy like McDaniel, but at the same time, he did have success as a head coach. Like, he made the playoffs twice in 4 years. Just a matter of the Dolphins being incapable of playing in cold weather. Lost both those playoff games in pretty resounding fashion. I think he is a guy that in the right spot or in a different spot could still have a lot of success as a head coach.
I'm with you. I think he is. Like, in like Tennessee, that might be a fun project for him, right? Chance to go work there. Atlanta, I think would be fantastic. Cleveland, I don't know.
If I were Mike McDaniel and my two options were head coach of the Cleveland Browns in their current state or offensive coordinator for the LA Chargers, yeah, that does muddy the waters of the decision-making process a little bit for me.
Yeah.
But if my options are head coach of the Falcons or the Titans or OC of the Chargers, I think it's pretty clear cut that I would take one of the head coaching jobs.
I'm with you. MTR says my favorite Greg Roman moment is having it 2nd and goal from the 5 in the Super Bowl with Hall of Famer Frank Gore as your back and calling 3 straight fades to Crabtree. All my homies hate Greg Roman. How about 4th and 9, last play of the game, and he runs play action? Nobody bit. Herbert just got killed. Like, the things he calls. So yeah, we're happy over here. Levi says Rivers. Why not? That'd be interesting. The enemy may end up as a Chargers OC from Husks.
The enemy of the state.
Can't argue with the results in Kansas City. I think he was a Chargers running. Or was he a Broncos?
Can you argue with the results in Washington, where I believe he was the OC after leaving Kansas City? Was he not the OC under Rivera?
That's where he did go, and there was a chance, I think, to like prove that he could
take on a bigger role, right? Like call plays not under the guise of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes quarterback, and Not so good.
He was a Chargers running back for 4 years. So, hey, maybe.
Running back coach?
No, he played for the team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He played in the league. We'll wait and see. Now, just quickly here, Duke.
Mhm.
Last night I tweeted a tweet.
As one does. From 2000 to 2015, the Oilers had 2 players reach 80 points in a single season. Wow.
Now Connor McDavid does it in 46 games. Impressive as heck. Can you guess those 2 Oilers players to reach 80 points?
Reached 80 points from the year 2000 to 2015.
Yes.
Was one of them Ales Hemsky?
No.
Really?
No.
He seems like he jumps out as the most offensively inclined player that.
Unless I missed him, but I did not have
Is
him.
it one of the young Bucks? Taylor Hall?
Taylor Hall did it once, yeah.
Okay.
The other one you would probably know. It's not a surprising name.
Ryan Smith.
No.
Sean Horkoff.
No.
Vladislav Schmid.
No. Think captain. Was also an NHL head coach.
Doug Waite?
That's it.
Really?
Yeah. The only 2 Oilers in I guess technically a 16-year span to reach 80 points. He had 90. Doug Waite was, for the years before that, he was unbelievable as well.
Good player.
But in 15 years, they had only had 2 guys get to 80. Now Connor McDavid's doing it in 46 games as he did it last night. So just want to throw that out there. My other question for you, because we're talking about the college football championship there, Indiana has an average age of 23.
Mm-hmm.
Does that diminish what they're doing a little bit? Like, you think college football, and I know COVID years happen and all that sort of thing, transfer portal, some players get granted extra time. But I think like 18 to 22 for college football. 22, you're moving on to getting a real job or business. Their average age is 23. If they have a 26-year-old.
Does it diminish it at all? No, because that's the world of college football in which we currently reside. We always say when you and I would talk, Connor, about Oilers fans up in arms at Vegas using LTIR to snake players in start of the playoffs. Those are the rules. They're playing within the lines. That's what the Hoosiers are doing right now. And Kurt Signetti brought all these 3-star guys from JMU with them to Indiana. And now here they are a couple of years later with the benefit of a Div 1 program, training, facilities, all that jazz. A couple of years later, they're going to win the national championship, more likely than not. I don't have a problem with it.
With those other teams that we always say, yeah, but
I don't.
Flags
fly forever, but
you don't. But even if it's allowed, I think a lot of people always mention it, I think when Indiana wins, if they win, there's going to be a lot of people that are like, well, Malachi Tony's 18. The guy's covering him is 25. What do you do? It's pretty tough to beat that. They're a heck of a team. They've done an amazing job. I'm not saying it's an asterisk, but I was a little bit interested when I saw that 23, the average age for the Indiana.
So what's
Hoosiers.
Miami's average age?
I don't know. I have to go look it up.
How much younger could it be? If you're talking about players that actually play on a down-to-down basis across Division I college football, how many 18-year-olds are playing on a down-to-down basis?
12.
Very few. Now all of a sudden you get because a lot of guys redshirt.
Here's your counterpoint. Turns out Miami's starters are older by almost 3 months. So there you go. Counterpoint. No, I don't actually. These are just based off people's stats on Reddit.
You just got some Reddit stats for me?
We gotta assume they're not telling any lies.
But that would not surprise me one bit because, as I said, that is the world of college football right now. College sports in general. Guys stick around as long as they can. Earn some NIL money. Change schools. And yeah, Corey texted in Carson Beck was in the same class as Bryce Young and CJ Stroud.
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous. Some of these guys that linger around for so long.
Stetson Bennett, legend.
Can't really judge them in a way. If you're, and now that you're making money playing college football.
Yeah. Were we condemning Tim Tebow for going back for his last year?
Well, it was senior year, right?
Still. But at that point, a player of that caliber did not stay in college all 4 years. Like if he had declared for the draft after his Heisman season, where would have he got picked?
I don't know.
I think a lot higher than he went 2 years later.
I don't know if he would have. Tim Tebow was picked apart. Like people say he's a fullback that throws the football.
Unfairly so.
There's a lot of people that didn't view him as a quarterback at the pro level.
And they were pretty much proven right. But we'll always have that playoff win.
But he wanted to go back and win a natty, right?
Mm-hmm. And is that the motivation for a lot of players in today's environment?
No.
I don't think so, because they change schools essentially every year.
But this wasn't like 5 years ago. This is like 20 years ago.
I know.
That's crazy.
It is.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's a totally different landscape now. And the COVID year certainly made a lot of players opt out and get that extra year, which, was there, right? But an older brand of football right now. This wouldn't happen to the U back in 1999. It was 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds getting the job done. Let's take a break. When we come back, more text, 1-833-401-1440. We'll talk about the Oilers and their matchup tonight with the Nashville Predators. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
Do you listen to sports radio at work? Like right now? Well, do you? Who, me? No way. I swear. Okay, friend, we won't tell. Tens of thousands of sports fans listen to Sports 1440 each and every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. If you listen to Sports 1440 at work, well, maybe it's time to advertise on Sports 1440 at work. Grow your business. Get your name out there. Shoot our ad team an email. Gregor@sports1440.ca. Let's get to work for you.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Wilhauk beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Wilhauk beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Wilhauk beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win cups with salad.
New Year's resolutions. We all make them. We all say we're going to start eating healthier or going to the gym or starting that new hobby. But at GS Construction, we actually follow through on our New Year's resolution because it's the same every year. We promise to set the groundwork, literally, for another year of progress and growth. And we've stuck by that resolution since 1974. So start that all-you-can-eat diet. GS Construction is going to start planning right now for the year ahead. For more on what we do, visit gsconstruction.ca.
Legacy Heating and Cooling sucks. Yeah, Legacy can now suck your ducts with professional duct cleaning, furnace cleaning, and dryer vent cleaning.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
When you need the filth sucked from your air ducts.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
When you want cleaner air for your family.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Legacy now offers air duct cleaning. Book in today. Just call Legacy.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
River Cree is the place for all your favorite sports. River Cree Resort and Casino, featuring UFC action and boxing live on the big screens at Tap 25, the MVP of sports bars, and in the Center Bar. Plus, catch this fall's biggest games. Every goal, every tackle, every home run. River Cree is also home to the Twin Rinks, where rec hockey and community teams come to play. Public skating available. Details at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
New year, new me, right? How about a resolution you'll actually enjoy?
5th January, resolve to get a better ride at Miss Q4. It's the New Year, New Ride event. Leave last year's vehicle in the rear view mirror and start 2026 in a brand new Ford. Get rebates as high as $10,000 or choose interest rates as low as 0%. Now that's a resolution you can stick to. Visit Nisku Ford today or browse our new inventory at niskuford.ca. Above expectations.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:41. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here. And Mike, the intern. Or Mackenzie. Yeah, well, we're still waiting to see what it's going to be.
It's still in the workshop phase.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I liked Eminem as a potential one. But copyrights and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's tough to get merch made.
Yeah, I have to get the intern merch for that one. The show is brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Up next, Lowdown with Low Tide. They'll be joined by Donovan Paulson today. They'll also head down to Nashville. Alex Doherty will join them, covers the team for the Tennessean as the Oilers and Preds meet just after 6 o'clock. Well, the Jason Greger Show from 2 till 6. Keith Gretzky will join us. Condors GM. Also, we'll talk some Preds. TR should be joining us. Terry Ryan, a star of Shoresy, and our Tuesday, Thursday co-host. He's on his way back from Mexico. So I think he's going to join us from the Toronto airport.
The airport lounge, the frequent flyers lounge.
Yeah. Pearson? Is that what it's called?
That is the Toronto airport, yeah.
Yeah. I think he said
I think everybody hates Pearson International.
I've only been there twice. One time, a woman in front of us, like on the plane still, like threw up her water. It was kind of gross.
Ugh.
Second time was a red eye from Calgary, where me and my friend thought it would be fun to have drinks. Got to Toronto 6 a.m. It was not fun. We were en route to Tampa Bay to watch the Buccaneers. Good trip, though. Also, Dave McCarthy, Cam Tate, Speck, Strutty, 5 questions, and then it's pregame coverage with Andrew Walker. Gregor will be by for that. Landon Ferraro and Donovan Paulson. That'll run from 5 till 6. So keep it locked here on Sports 1440. Lots of text here rolling in. I'm getting a lot of Chargers fans that I know have reached out to me. It's jubilation. Josh already put a video up with my reaction. You don't ever want to celebrate someone losing their job, but
we don't root for that here.
For this, yeah. Oh, Josh got very excited there. Josh, have you rooted for people to lose their job? I guess as a Bengals fan, you've been there. As a sports fan?
Yes, only in sports.
Only in sports. And hey, these guys are well compensated. They'll be okay. But sometimes your team you need a little bit of a change. And for the Chargers, they could lose both their coordinators this year. One in a good way with Greg Roman, who's been fired, and also Jesse Minter potentially, which leads us to a text from Husks. Says, CH, what do you think of all this talk on Jesse Minter going to the Ravens as their head coach? Well, he spent time there. So I get he probably has a good relationship with ownership and all that sort of thing. He's going to be a head coach in the NFL. I thought it was going to be after last year. I thought he did a really good with this job with the Chargers defense. What he does that I think makes his defense so good, he doesn't necessarily need the top end talent. He can just kind of slide players in for roles in certain situations. Like, did a really good job a couple years ago with, his name slips my mind. Cornerback now plays for Kansas City. Brought him in on a 1-year deal, got really good, certain situations, packages out of him, and then he went and signed with Kansas City. Christian Fulton, that's the name. This year, he did it with Benjamin St. Juste over from the Commanders, Deontay Johnson from the Steelers. Just certain situations, puts guys in the right spot to make plays. Poona Ford, another one, last year with the Chargers. he got a good payday from the Rams. Like his defense, he can bring players in and put them in a position to have success. And he did a really good job in that fashion. So I think that for the Ravens, he would be good. And then that would lead to the next thing. Who's going to be their offensive coordinator? Because you need someone to help Lamar Jackson and put him in all the best situations. So I do like it. I think that it would be a very good move for the Baltimore Ravens. And Minter has had requests from every team with a coaching vacancy I saw. So he'll be a name highly in demand. So your intern's name could be Mac the Mike or Mac the Mick. I think it's, well, we're waiting on it. Carius always give the nicknames for this one. So who was our first intern? Donovan, right?
Donovan.
What was his nickname?
Donnie P. Pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
That's a hockey nickname. Kevin hates those, so I'm surprised he's the one that gave it.
Then we had Kate the Great.
Mm-hmm.
Then Liam.
I don't know if Liam ever really had a nickname.
Breadman?
The Meat Man.
The Meat Man? Toasty?
Oh, yeah, right. Toasty.
Why was it Toasty?
Well, I think he said one time, I don't know if, because I let him come up with some in or out topics one day. And I think he said toast. Just toast was like a top 5 breakfast food. Toast. Something like that anyway. Okay. It was something along those lines.
It was a year ago now.
I think that's
okay.
what it was.
It's a long time ago, well beyond the reaches of my memory.
Then we had Josh.
I didn't have one until like 3 weeks ago, basically. And it's just Fenny.
Fenny Fenwick, another hockey nickname.
Which, by the way, everyone in my life calls me Fenny.
Fenny Wop.
Like already? They did before that, or they
did
do
before
now?
this, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So because it's my name's Josh, obviously. You guys know this.
Good looking out.
One of my best friends' name is also Josh. So his nickname is Kitty, and everyone else calls me Josh, except for Kitty's girlfriend, who calls me Fenny, and she still calls him Kitty.
Cute.
And then we had Sam, the record man.
Sam the man.
Oh, yeah. Sam the record man.
We don't even have like the creepy Josh. Forgot about that. That was MTR sending that one in. That nickname didn't last very long, I don't think.
It lasted all of like 15 minutes, I would say.
Tequila says Big Mac. That's a good one, I would think. Uh-oh. I thought we had a mic on her there.
I'd say I'm pretty big and tall, so that's fitting, right?
Big body, yeah.
This intern loves the annual Big and Tall sale at Mr. Dirks.
Big Mac. Well, we'll take them in here if you have any ideas. But usually we let Kev come up with the nicknames. I don't know. He made the Duke. He doesn't have a nickname for me.
He made that before he ever even met me.
Well, yeah, it kind of worked out good, don't you think?
Yeah.
He just calls me. He doesn't call me anything. He just says, "They call him the con man."
They call him the con man
every time I walk in.
Which means that he doesn't call you the con man, but they call him the con man.
They do. Did Connor just call a lady big body on air? Well, I think Big Mac said that, didn't she? Like,
yeah.
I was just She said big and tall. Okay, well,
big personality.
Getting called to HR after this one.
No, we don't have an HR anymore since JR retired.
That's true. We can say whatever we want.
Mostly.
But I was just playing off what she said. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Fezziwick was where Scrooge worked as a young clerk from Bones.
Like Scrooge McDuck or Ebenezer Scrooge, maybe in the traditional version of A Christmas Carol.
Must have been. CH, any chance John joins the Chargers? Oh, John joins Brother John. No, I don't think so. I think John is going to go to the Giants. I think that just kind of seems like it's a match made in heaven. It seems like there's mutual interest on both sides. Now, he's a head coach. I think that, and I would think maybe he and Jim want to be in different conferences, so they don't have to go up against each other for the Har Bowl every year. But no, I don't think there's any chance. I was hoping he would have maybe lended some info to help beat the Patriots. Clearly that didn't happen. Or if it did, it didn't work very well. And no, I think he'll land on his feet, head coach of another team. Giants would be interesting. I Ravens are probably the top job, but I have the Giants up there pretty high as well with Jackson Dart and Scatabo, and you've got Malik Neighbors and, 3 really good pass rushers playing in a big market. And that's probably a good spot to land up. And I would have the Raiders probably as my third best landing spot for a head coach, Duke. I don't know if you'd agree. Like, I think getting Fernando Mendoza, I hate that I'm going to have to dislike this guy because he just seems like such a likable guy.
No, I think it'll be easy for you to dislike him in an opposition type sense because of how corny he is.
Okay. Take shots at him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you might not be able to dog his on-field game, but off the field game, you might be able to, throw a few barbs and jabs his way.
Yeah. He might be kind of like Derek Carr, who I could never
really hate
as a person. I think he was just such a good dude. As a Raiders quarterback, I could find a way to hate him. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Raiders might have a good one in Mendoza if they decide to go down that route. But those are probably my 3 top jobs.
So what's the worst job, Cleveland or Arizona? Or other?
Honestly, I think Cleveland isn't the worst job because I think if they can just figure out quarterback, that's the tough job.
Yeah, weird you say that, Connor. Haven't they been working at that for 25 years?
You figure that one out and maybe you got a chance.
Then they did have it figured out, but they thought the grass was greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Wanted a shinier toy, and it just restarted them all over again, back to squares one.
Yeah, the history is tough, but I think Arizona. If that would be my pick, probably.
It's pretty ugly. What do you make of the Miami job?
I don't like that either.
Because both those teams have quarterbacks, but not a quarterback that maybe they want anymore.
Quarterbacks who you had to pay them.
Yeah.
Like you had to pay Tua. You had to pay Kyler. His whole situation, when he's out there, it's like there's ups and downs. I don't like the Dolphins job either, to be honest with you. Would you we had a few Dolphins guests and even Donovan Paulson, our resident Dolphins fan, who said just, you got to cut Tua. The dead cap will haunt you for a year or two, whatever it is, and then you just move on from it. Are you in that camp? Would you just cut Tua Tagovailoa?
No.
You're keeping him?
In the NFL, it's so tough because he still has value as a player. He's not Nathan Peterman.
Fair.
But because of the financial way the NFL works, you will never trade him. No one will take it. I would explore every avenue of a trade possibility, and then after that, maybe cut him.
Mm-hmm.
But who are you replacing him with? Quinn Ewers? Kirk Cousins?
Zach Wilson?
No.
Do you just stink for a year or two? I guess you could try to trade up and get into a conversation. I mean, the Broncos moved on.
That's what I think the Steelers should be doing.
Yeah.
Is taking some of their good veteran guys and trading them to recoup other draft assets, use those to trade up. And is it too crazy because of the top 2 teams or teams at the top of the draft that need quarterbacks? Are they going to take them? Probably.
Yeah.
Would they be willing to trade out? Probably not.
Probably not.
And there's really only 2 QBs in this class. So maybe if you're the Steelers, you wait and do that next year. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I just go to the Broncos. They had to cut ties with Russell Wilson. It was a lot of dead cap. Worked out. They were in the QB heavy draft. Got Bo Nix, who got the job done, got them to the playoffs in year 1. So, yeah, maybe it's just not the best timing for that one. Very quickly, Cam Tate's 2-minute warning poll today is Edmonton Quick Heart Minor Hockey Week began Friday with U9 playing pond hockey. Do you think it's a good idea? Yes or no? Go check out his poll on X at Cam Tate. For everyone here in studio, I'm Connor Halley. We'll be back to do this again tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Have a great rest of your day. Low Tide coming up next. But first, a Sports 1440 update with Brandon Douglas, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Go pay them a visit. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Game day for the Edmonton Oilers as they are in Nashville to finish up their back-to-back Central Division road slate. Puck drop coming just after 6 o'clock. Pre-game coverage beginning right here on Sports 1440 at 5. Off the ice, the team activating Tristan Jarry and Jake Wallman from LTIR, placing Adam Henrique on long-term injured reserve in a corresponding move, and changing Connor Ingram's status from emergency recall to a regular recall. None of the games around the rest of the NHL. The Canucks are in our nation's capital to play the Senators. Montreal down in Washington to take on the Caps. Red Wings go up against the Bruins. Flames in Columbus. Islanders playing the Jets from Winnipeg. And the Maple Leafs are in Utah to take on the Mammoth. 7 games in the association tonight. Phoenix on South Beach to play the Heat. New Orleans taking on Denver. San Antonio heads into OKC to play the Spurs. And the Lakers host Atlanta. From the NFL, fresh off losing the wildcard game Sunday night, the LA Chargers have fired offensive coordinator Greg Roman and O-line coach Mike Devlin. And from MLB's offseason, Diamondbacks acquiring 8-time All-Star Nolan Arenado from the St. Louis Cardinals in exchange for right-handed pitcher Jack Martinez. And Toronto Blue Jays utility man Ernie Clement added to Team USA's roster for the upcoming World Baseball Classic. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low